This is a brief demo of this application that we're building. First, I think I can show you that we are collecting all the data that comes in from NetSuite. So we're collecting the bill of materials, sewing minutes, work orders, sales orders, inventory, etc., etc. You can download them all to examine what's being used, or you can just preview them here, and it shows you the data sets that we're collecting. And then you can come in here to configuration, to configuration to figure out what kind of options you want to run with. So for example, this one, if you want to turn off like the same product on multiple lines, will not be built. You can use different strategies by due date, by weighted by order value, and then you can give them different weightage in these strategies. And you can come in here and you can say if there's an order that's a priority. We have to yet to define the priority orders. So let's say if there was an order that you wanted to run at priority, that you can enter the order number here. And then efficiency ramp up, it tells you what's the max efficiency you can run with, and then the weekly efficiency gain, how long does it take to ramp up. And we can explode that into the per item efficiency. This is just the default that we have chosen to work with so far. And we can enable material constraints. So the material constraints means if materials are going to limit production scheduling, so the orders will not be scheduled until after we see that all materials are available in the system. And then we only want to constrain, we want to run the model just for the fabrics and zippers for the most part. And so we have this option here, so you can just run it for fabrics and zippers, or you want to include other stuff, you can. Or you can actually do the custom constraints of categories. So if you wanted to include other trims, then you can include them here. So save configuration after making a change, and then you come to the pipeline. You can trigger the pipeline. Triggering the pipeline will kick off the model. So for example, this one ran at 2:02 Eastern Time, and it took about 6 minutes and 5 seconds. When it finishes running, it'll show up here in the plan outputs. So these are the different outputs that are available to you. And these outputs are basically just going to show you the different things that the optimizer did. The main things that I think you might be interested in are work order allocations, which work orders should be scheduled in order to figure out how to build these orders. So for example, if we want to examine the sales order, for which it is suggesting that we should build this work order out in the system, we would go to the order explainer and we'll try to examine this order. So this tells us that it is trying to schedule for the sales order. We have not made any promise yet. And so it's saying that you can actually schedule it. So this one is not working very well because it's not linking to the materials. Let's look at another one. Look at one for any of the open sales orders. So let's look at this Kingstown 6688. We look at the explainer. This order is not found in the outputs. Let's look at this one here. So this one is a better example. Let's look at this one. It is suggesting that you should schedule a work order starting on the 27th, going through the 2nd of March. So these are the three important materials because we chose to only look at the fabrics and zippers. So that's what it's looking at. And so if you wanted to examine what's happening on this material, so you click there and it shows you currently have 2,118 units or yards available here. And then this order, this particular sales order, has these two work orders to it, and it wants to consume 4,300 some yards. And then there is another one here that it wants to consume on the 1st of March, and then this one here that it wants to consume on the 6th of March. So overall, it is saying that you're going to be short by 7,669 yards of this fabric. This currently is not including, it's not showing the receipts, the expected containers that are coming in for this item. But when it does, so we're working on improving it. So when it does, it'll look at the inventory ledger that the model is producing, and it'll start showing. So for example, here it says the opening balance is this, and on this container, this is how many are arriving, and so on and so forth. So it's computing all of these numbers here as a ledger of each of the items. And then this is what we'll use to start showing you in the order explainer on that chart. So that's how far we are so far. So this will help you figure out essentially in the outputs. Once you confirm, the order explainer helps you validate if the system is making the right decisions. Then the other thing that we are working on is to show you the capacity view. So essentially, this here is now showing you how the system wants to plan the factory. So on each of the lines, so for example, here it is saying that you can allocate this particular order, and you can keep making it from 328 through 924. And this is obviously incorrect, but the expectation is that it'll show you all the different lines and what is expected to be made on them, and then when these lines are showing empty. So it'll show you the different lines, and then whatever line you select, it'll show you what is the different orders that should be scheduled on it, or that are going to be scheduled on it according to this plan. So this will give you a complete view of how the system is trying to plan or planning to schedule all of the orders on in this factory. So here is the changeovers of different items. So this is how it's working. So making progress, and I think we'll be ready to share this with you shortly here.